As a candidate, you will file 3 campaign finance reports. The first report is due 21 days prior to the election, the second report 7 days prior to the election, and the third campaign finance report 45 days after the election. Today we are going to go over an example of the first campaign finance report. If after watching this video you still have questions, please email the addresses shown on the screen. Each report includes a cover page, schedules of information, and documentation. This is the top of the cover page. As you can see on the cover page, we have the candidate's name, the treasurer's name, the office sought, the reporting period, and the report type. As I mentioned earlier, this is an example of the initial report, so we have indicated that by marking this box. Following the cover page, you will have schedules. Schedule A collects all itemized monetary contributions. This is all the money that individuals have donated to your campaign. You will provide the date that you received the contribution, the name, and complete address. This is very important. You must provide all of this information, or you may not accept their donation and will be required to return it. In addition, the method of contribution and the amount that is contributed is required to be recorded. This column is totaled and the sum shown here in this gray box. In addition to monetary contributions, a candidate may receive in-kind contributions for goods and services. If somebody donates both a monetary contribution and goods or services, you will place an X in this box and record the total cumulative contribution for that individual to your election here. For electronic payment systems where a fee is charged, such as PayPal, the full amount donated must be reported here. The fee will be reported on Schedule E. As we see here, Clyde Frazier has given a check of $30, but the total of their contribution is $150. We will see their in-kind contribution noted on a later schedule. Also of note on this schedule, we see that Dolly Parton has donated $700 to this campaign. No individual may donate more than $500 to a single campaign. This issue will be addressed on a later schedule. Schedule B itemizes a campaign's in-kind contributions. Remember on the previous schedule, Clyde Frazier donated $30 by check. However, his total contribution was $150. This total contribution accounts for the $120 of the contribution he made for refreshments for a campaign event. Also, you see we have placed an X here to indicate that this individual also made a monetary contribution. The $120 of refreshments and the $200 from Bruce Smith for website design services are totaled and shown as $320 in this gray box. In-kind contributions will require documentation. You must provide a scanned or photocopied receipt or invoice and label each with a number to correspond with the number listed in this column. Schedule C documents campaign loans. All campaign loans must be accompanied by the appropriate documentation, the nature of the loan, the terms, and the status of each loan. No loan can exceed $5,000, and no one person can loan more than $1,000 to a candidate. However, self-loans are not subject to the $1,000 and $5,000 limitations. In this example, the candidate has given a self-loan to themselves at 0% interest to be repaid by future contributions. The total outstanding balance, as nothing has been paid towards the loan, is still $1,000 and is noted here in this box. Schedule D itemizes campaign expenditures. This schedule shows all the money being spent out of your campaign account. You see that we have expenditures for yard signs from Vistaprint, postage from Postnet, and electronic transaction fees for PayPal. It is common to be charged a fee when accepting a payment through PayPal or other electronic services. Those associated fees need to be indicated as an expenditure on this schedule and accompanied by receipts or a financial statement at the end of this report. Each expenditure is shown in this column and are totaled to $556.89 in this gray box. This total will be reported later on your cover page. As with in-kind contributions, each expenditure must be documented by a scan or photocopy of the receipt that is labeled with the corresponding number found in this column. Because the documentation of receipts will be combined at the end of the report, the numeric sequence will start with in-kind contributions on Schedule B and continue through Schedule D. This is why the receipt sequence of numbers begins with the number 3 on this schedule. Schedule E records contributions that are returned. You may remember from Schedule A that Dolly Parton donated $700 to the campaign. Because there is a $500 limit per contributor, $200 must be returned to Dolly Parton. The return of those funds is shown here, and the total of all returned contributions will be shown in this gray box. Please make sure that you show documentation of this returned contribution at the end of your report. Submitting documentation. Scan or photocopy each receipt, invoice, or statement for in-kind contributions, expenditures, loans, or return contributions. As mentioned before, please number the receipts to correspond to the numbers you recorded on each schedule so that each item can be verified. Now let's turn to the middle portion of the cover page. As this is the first report, we have a beginning cash balance of $0. On line 2, you will report all monetary contributions received which have come from this box on Schedule A. On line 3, you will record the initial balance of new loans. For this report, that is $1,000 from the self-loan that's recorded on Schedule C. The total reported on line 3 comes from this box on Schedule C. Line 4 is the sum of all funds leaving your campaign account: expenditures, loan payments, and returned contributions. In this report, we had $556.89 of expenditures and $200 in returned contributions, which sums to a total of $756.89. Line 5 will indicate the ending cash balance of your account. This is calculated adding lines 1, 2, and 3, and then subtracting the expenditures recorded on line 4. The calculation for this report gives an ending balance of $1,368.11. Line 6 shows the value of our in-kind contributions: $320, which comes from this box on Schedule B. Finally, line 7 shows a candidate's total outstanding obligations. The $1,000 shown here comes from our unpaid loans from Schedule C. At the end of the cover page, there's a place for both you and your treasurer to sign. Please make sure you sign and date. A few reminders. You must open a bank account that is separate from any personal or business finances. Assigning a treasurer to your campaign is highly recommended and required if you raise more than $1,000 in contributions. No one person may donate more than $500, including in-kind contributions, to your campaign, except for a spouse or domestic partner. Self-contributions are also not subject to the $500 limit. You may not accept contributions in any form from any anonymous contributor, a corporation, a person making a contribution in the name of another, or a foreign national. All fees associated with electronic donations, unless paid by the donor, must be listed as an expenditure on Schedule D and accompanied by corresponding financial statement. Please go to the city's website in order to find more information about filing your campaign finance report. If you still have questions, please reach out to us at the emails shown on the screen. Thank you for your time.